Hello, Backyard Baseball League and World and fans. Hope everyone's doing well today. I am here to showcase the match of the week, Game 11, between the Green Monsters and the Pirates of some type of adjective. Baltimore Pirates, of course. Joining me today is fan favorite and lovable announcer, Mello. Mello, how are you doing?
Doing well tonight. It's always a good day for baseball, especially when Maryland Terrapins win 18-4 right now. Let's go.
That's a pretty good record in the Big Ten. Also joining me today is Oops, I forgot. How are you doing today, Oops?
Doing fine, although I can see I am the not so preferred streamer guest here, with Mello getting all those accolades and me getting nothing.
Oh, yeah, well, you know what? That's true. You were on Match of the Week first week, and that was, that was very brave because we didn't know what we were doing that first week, and we just kind of went for it. So it was very fun, but pretty challenging, I will say. I'm
I'm
gonna
now
boost
ready
up
for
your
what should be a very exciting matchup tonight.
yeah. I agree completely. I gotta boost up your audio real quick. Sorry. I, can you say that again? Oops.
I'm just saying I'm excited for what should be a very fun matchup and a big one for playoff implications tonight.
Indeed.
Yes. This division, which I am a part of, is sort of crazy. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We'll get to it, I guess. But I do want to first get to some of the results for this week. I'll go through the AL results, and so far we have two submitted here, or three? No,
Two, just the two.
Just two.
See
Wow.
two.
Melonheads defeat the Hornets 25-23. This is a huge game for playoffs as well. That just
Mhm.
you know
And especially for the Melonheads. Had we lost this game, I think our playoff hopes would have been dashed. But this one keeps us in the running.
right. Yeah, it's wild that you are struggling right now to get into the playoffs because of how it's seemingly high scoring your team has been. So that's a big win over the Hornets, who have been kind of on a roll, and they're 7-4, and you are 6-5. So I think you might have a better chance of winning the division than you would probably winning the wild card. Is that right by your statistical analysis?
Yeah, I think so, because Hornets I could maybe catch for the wild card, but the Padres are the big problem since they hold tiebreaker over the Melonheads.
Yeah.
So my only chance I'd probably have to beat them would be to win out, and if I win out, I win the division.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a good chance you do that as well. And
It's
the other
division or bust for the Melonheads.
and the other result is Rangers 13 and Twins 1. Unfortunate game for Toast there. Are you Tyler and the Rangers put up a pretty good score there? Even though they're last in the division in the AL West, and not likely to make the wild card, they've had a pretty good season. They beat my squad. They put up between 8 and 15 runs, it seems, every week. So they're kind of in the toughest division, I think, in the AL. No offense to me or Oops, but that division, it seems a little bit tougher. So Rangers having a good season, but unfortunately, matched up against some powerhouses. And then we're going to move on to the NL. Oops. Do you have any results in the NL? Or sorry, Mello. Whoever has it up.
Mello can give them though. That's fine.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sure. We have the Fishes at the top of the NL Central defeating the Crazy A's at the top of the NL West by a score of 15-9. Definitely a very exciting game. Definitely has some serious implications on who is likely to get what seeds in the NL playoffs.
It's also
Braves continue.
So that's also a big one for the Fishes because their last three games are against the Bombers, the Cubs, and the Braves. So they have a tough end of the schedule. They need every bit of insurance they can get. They've probably
Wow.
punched their tickets to the playoffs now, but you never know. It's rocky here. If they had one less win, they might be in some serious trouble.
Speaking of the Braves, they scored a 19-4 win over the Expos. So they, even though they're in third in the NL Central, they are definitely still very much in the thick of it for that wild card race. And they're not They're 2 games back of the Fishes, so it's not inconceivable to overtake them considering the difficult schedule the Fishes have to finish out. Finally, we have the Bombers, who put up another huge score, a 27 spot over the Angels, who unfortunately score -1. A loss to the AI. Bombers have clinched the NL East and a playoff spot. The Crazy A's have clinched the NL West and a playoff spot. Though 2 of the 4 NL playoff teams have already been confirmed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that it's a little less tight in this division. There's really, one division spot and one wild card left, and it looks like it could all go to the NL Central there. So the top 2 there, either the Cubs, Fishes, and Braves, or the Braves and the Fishes, whatever. 2 of those 3 teams.
NL Central is absolutely the division to watch here.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy up there.
Yeah, well,
Not to be confused with the Crazy A's, however. Or Crazy Eights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the NL has been much more of a case, certainly, of the teams on the top beating up on the other teams and kind of dominating all season long. Whereas over in the AL is where there's been a lot more excitement, even for this playoff picture. You can see, even if you look now, 7 of the 12 teams have either 5 or 6 wins here, 10 and 11 games into the season. So a lot more mixed results. Only one team's really risen above the rest of the pack, and only a couple have fallen behind.
Yeah, absolutely. And to just speak back about the AL and the closeness, we're going to get started. This tight matchup here, both teams 5-5, battling for possibly wild card, but most likely trying to win the AL Central to punch their ticket. We have Game 11, Uria versus Question Monkey, Pirates versus the Monsters, of course, of Uria's fame. And I'll pull that up right now and look at that beautiful edit. So I'm going to get this started, and we're going to see how the audio works as well. And I'm going to throw it over to Mello and Oops for commentary. I do just want to do a quick note that Uria does a difficulty check in the beginning. And you guys can take it away.
Alright.
Oh, shoot, you're right. You know what? I need to share my screen with you guys.
Yeah,
My bad.
Yeah, I don't see anything over here. And the Twitch stream is obviously a fair bit behind.
There you go.
Watch.
I knew I'd messed something up. Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
I'll actually rewind it so we can talk about the boost a little bit. You guys can see that.
Oh, definitely.
There you go.
As the Monsters are verifying their difficulty and are now examining the lineup. Oh, it just jumped right over to. Oh, it jumped way forward.
Sorry, that wasn't even me. That was Discord screwing that up. All right, back to the beginning. We'll get this going, guys. All right, you guys see it fine?
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now.
Okay, sorry about that. Play ball.
Jessica. Stort. Ruby.
Looking mostly normal
Andy.
around for the Monsters here.
And Todd.
Looking like no big good or bad days for their team.
The AI opposition, Ernie Steele, looks like a standard boost, and he's on the mound. Uma Morris got a small boost.
Ooh, yeah, that could be big. Fielding boost for Uma at third base. Oh no, but Jessica
Shenanigans
Wassersauce
nerf for Wassersauce.
down to 3 running, 3 fielding, so that could come into play in some big ways. For the Monsters, they're hitting a bunch of balls into right, especially with Rose and Carlos over at second base and first base are not 2 of the stronger arms on the Pirates. So the Wassersauce nerf could be huge with those 2 playing there as well.
I prefer the German Wassersauce pronunciation myself. Jimmy Sosa at catcher. Amy Sosa and Ruby Diamond both behind the dish. Gonna be incredibly hard to steal on either of them in this game. I'm not likely to see very many.
Yeah, not going to be a game full of stolen bases here. One interesting aspect to this game is going to be in the seeding for the playoffs. It's a race right now for the 2 seed between whoever wins the NL East and whoever wins the AL Central. And depending on who wins the East, that makes a difference in which team those guys will want to see win here. If the Melonheads win, we have tiebreaker over the Pirates, but not the Monsters. We'd like to see the Pirates win. But if the Devil Rays win the division, they have tiebreaker over the Monsters. So 2 teams are rooting for 2 different teams in this game here.
And here comes Francesca Whitaker stepping up to the plate.
Going for power
Immediately
right out of the
flexes her
gate.
muscle.
That's an interesting play, especially with a only moderate power hitter like Francesca.
High curve for ball 1, and we are underway.
He's ready now. The delivery.
Second pitch is another curveball. Francesca lets it pass for a strike.
One thing here that does favor the Pirates, but it's going to swing back around to favor the Monsters. Oh,
Francesca Whitaker with a huge hit on a slow ball to the outside. And it bounces into the bushes in the back, but a strong throw from Wassersauce.
alright, so Jessica can still throw. That's going to be big for the Pirates. If she had a,
Moonbeam at the plate.
if Jessica had a noodle arm out there, then that would be really bad for the Pirates, but might be salvageable here.
Adding 805. Curious, Star seems to have the power bat active.
The video is paused for some reason. Either the video or Yuria
there
had
it
it
is.
paused while he was recording.
Yet there
And
it
a
is.
much more expected grounder.
Here's the windup.
Mhm.
The pitch.
Looks like a hit and run play is likely. There's a swing and the hit and run is active.
Uma going with that boost and ooh, just by a hair got Francesca on that one.
Excellent play from Uma.
Runner on first. 1 out.
Here comes Claudia. Not great contact, but her power is absolutely destructive. A slow ball to the inside for ball 1.
Monster is definitely not in their most favorite ground here. Sammy Sosa is a lockdown catcher. And with Stewart and Star on the team, you're hoping to be able to get a bunch of extra bases.
And the count is
Slow ball
having
to
them
the
stuck on
inside gets
first.
fouled away.
Having those guys be on first is, better than having most players on first, but still not probably what you're looking for when you pick them.
And the count is 1
And really rude inside and low strike call on that one. Claudia frowning a little, I can tell.
Oh boy.
Curveball through the middle, and it is blasted high, way over the shed. And that is a 2-run homer, no doubter.
Absolute nuke by Claudia with that 100 power. And putting the Monsters on the board early. I do think, as far as just taking a look at the lineups and the fact that Steel is a hitter-friendly park, I do think that favors the Monsters slightly over the Pirates, although not by a lot.
140, the official measurement.
Okay, 1 out.
As Marky Dubois rides his bat to the plate.
The stretch. And the pitch.
And now here's a big thing that favors the Pirates in this matchup over the Monsters, and is going to swap when they play again at Dubois, is that Ernie has his home field boost in play, and Marky does not. So
Ball 1.
that's in the Pirates' favor for this matchup, but in 3 weeks they're facing again at the Diamond, where Marky has a boost, and Ernie will not.
Goes up. The 1-1.
Outside curveball in the zone for a strike, and inside slow ball for a ball, and on the third pitch, Marky pops one straight toward Ernie for the second out. Robert Sullivan at the plate. Bases empty grounder is completely expected.
On the way. That was a ball. 1
Leaning into the pitch, and it looked like it almost scraped his knee. But there is no hit by pitch rule in this game.
Center and the delivery. That was
Curveball passes high for a ball. 2-0 count to Stewart.
Ernie was pitching very well for the first couple batters, but it looks like he might be starting to wear out a bit now. And Stewart is not the player you want to be given an easy walk.
He comes center, throws it.
3-0 count. This pitch also looks high, but it just scraped the zone for a strike. It appears that the scoreboard is having difficulties. Jibbo told me to expect this.
Swings.
You can ignore it. It is 2-0 still, not 2-1. And we have a full count for Stewart after that foul.
The 3-2 pitch.
Curveball heading toward the inside of the plate and grounded very nicely toward the left side. Stewart will get there very easily.
And look at that rocket throw from Uma. That boost coming into play again. Stewart's too fast for it to matter on this play, but interesting choice.
Third base is an excellent position to have an arm boost for sure, as Fernando Diaz swings and misses on the first pitch, a curveball to the outside.
Interesting choice to be using power with him. Decent power on his bat, I think, but inconsistent in that
67,
contact.
yes. I had Sloan Hawley last season. I tried grounding a lot with Hawley and was absolutely terrible with it. It was much more successful with line drives.
Yeah, especially with as low as 67 power, though. Unless I was really hoping for one onto the shed, I would definitely do some line drive. But even with 2 strikes here, Fernando continuing to go for the big hits.
Ball 2. Activates the steal, attempting a hit and run strategy, looks like. Definitely a good plan with Stewart on the base paths.
Monsters not messing with Sosa behind the plate, but they are working to do that hit and run. And Ernie
No
flirting
need to
with
take off
disaster
the
here.
steal now with a full count and 2 outs. Fouls that one away, and that's probably for the best. Definitely a bad placement. Curveball over the middle of the plate, and Fernando hits one deep toward right field. Will Vossrasauce grab it? No, it bounces off her glove, and Stewart will round third. And that will score third run for the Monsters. Off to a good start.
Almost an amazing play there by Jessica, but the fielding nerve coming into play there. She's not quite able to make it.
A low curveball for a ball for Randy Uno. Adding just under 300. Slow ball to the outside. It looks juicy. And it's flying deep to left field.
That's not good. Ooh!
An error. Allow Fernando to round the base and cross the plate. And now we are up. Now the Monsters are up 4.
And yeah, they had plenty of time to get under that one. Should have been an easy out, but completely bungles it. No excuse on that play. Like you said, a good start for the Monsters in a game that I came in expecting to be a pretty low-scoring affair. AL Central is all about the defense and not scoring a lot.
Ruby Diamond faces an inside pitch for a strike and an outside pitch for a ball. 1-1 count. She sees a heater come low and inside. Right, strike? Wow, that looked low to me, but it's ruled a strike. Yikes. A slow ball down the middle. Ruby pops one up.
That should be it. Oh no. Sosa
and Steele run into one another and cannot make the play.
Should have been an easy third out, but Sosa came, barreled into him and messed everything up.
Once again, the concept of I got it is completely foreign to this league, as Todd Xavier is at the plate with 2 on.
A lot of big mess ups here by the Pirates defense.
Todd Xavier with excellent contact, but not much power at all, so it's not likely to be auspicious for the Monsters here. But even if Todd gets out, they are starting at the top of the order again, which is always very nice. And yet Todd Xavier, with excellent plate discipline, is faced with a 3-0 count. Slow ball goes down low, and a 4-pitch walk to Todd Xavier. Todd Xavier, Todd father, seems to be very good at drawing walks. And here comes Francesca Whitaker with the bases loaded.
Ernie seems to be totally gassed on the mound here. After and it's not even out of the first yet. This could be
very outside heater on the first pitch.
This could be a very brutal slaughter for the Pirates in this game. Uh-oh.
Grounder bounces toward the pitcher. The throw to third is in time to end the bases loaded threat. Monsters AI is batting as the Pirates are pitching. Francesca Whitaker, in what appears to be the very first at-bat of the game, is a fly to left field. Tanya gets under it, but it bounces off her stomach.
Oh no, Stewart got him on base for the monsters, and there he goes.
Everybody jump one.
Oh, that's
Pass it over to
yeah, it
second.
was definitely
They
not the
just
first at bat.
scored.
Second
Goes for the
seems like,
diving
and
catch.
Francesca is
Flipping
running
over
for
to
some
second.
reason, but Francesca retreats. Sullivan
Dawson
scores
comes to the
a
plate
run for
with
the
nobody
AI
out.
monsters, and now the monsters are up 5 by a score of 4 to -1.
The strap
Now it is the Pirates'
fires.
turn to bat as they face my boy AI Todd Xavier with a beautifully placed inside curveball for a strike.
We want a batter. He comes center. The delivery. That was ball 1.
Not
And
a
the
good start
count
for
is
the Pirates
1-1.
at all. They are going to need a big comeback in order to win this one.
Here's the windup. The pitch.
Todd Xavier
Swing.
loving the right hook.
Chopper to third.
Faye with a
Phantom
one
scrambling.
bouncer to
And she's
shortstop,
out.
Oof.
and the throw is barely in time. A great play.
So close on that one. Not sure if
Here's the
not
windup
sure if he
and
was
the
fully
delivery.
rushing her on that
Popped
play,
it
but
up.
if not, then that's gotta hurt.
Ernie Steele pops one up, and Ruby Dunn
Oh.
with the
Sammy
easy
Sosa
grab.
steps to the plate.
Not even a
Sammy
drop.
Sosa is a guy who
Not even a catcher drop.
It's Sosa time.
It's Sosa time, we hear him say.
Takes the stretch, cuts to the plate. Swing.
It's not often we get mic'd up players in Match of the Week.
Looked like a bit of a late swing there on an otherwise beautiful pitch.
I'm called. There should be a quick conversation between Coach and Sammy, and we are back.
The windup and the offering. Swinging. Strike.
Yeah, another curveball. AI Todd Xavier certainly loves the curve. I definitely used the curve a lot when I was pitching with him.
He sacks,
0-2
cuts
hole
to
for
the plate.
Sammy.
A swing.
Curveball to the outside.
Deep.
Flies up to right field.
And, oh
Leave
no.
that
And
Stewart out in
and
right,
that'll
and
do
they
it
make
in
the
the
catch.
first inning.
Pirates cannot make a splash in the first, and that's leaving this matchup looking
Ball 1.
rather bleak for them.
Is 1-0.
Star Moonbeam at the plate. I remember right, this is the top of the order for the Monsters, so if they can put up another 4 spot in the second inning, they can really start to pull away. 0-2 count. No, 2-0 count for Star. And that pitch is going to be high, and that is 3-0 for Star.
Having a rest didn't seem to do Ernie any good.
Our Moonbeam switching to the power swing for some reason. That's a pitch pass for a strike in the upper part of the zone.
Strange decision making for the Monsters to be using power with so many batters.
Back to the expected grounder. Swings and dribbles one right by Ernie. And Francesca, the shortstop, scoops it up, but Star uses her extreme speed to get there in time. And here comes Claudia.
He winds and the throw.
Already has a homer on the day.
Ball 1. And the
An inside
count is
slow ball
1-0.
passes for a ball.
He sets. Here's the pitch. The swing. Belted it.
Ooh boy.
Outside, and it is very, very high. Will it clear the shed?
See ya.
It does indeed. 2 for 2 on home runs for the monstrous Claudia Velarda. Holy cow, dude. That is going to make it 6-0, and Ernie Steele will be off the mound very shortly.
No, Carlos Delgado on the mound.
Yep, here comes Carlos Delgado, whose pitching motion gives every reasonable person motion sickness.
The windup.
Part of the reason why you draft him.
Swung on.
On the plus side, Ernie at first base is not bad
Grounded into
to have
center
at all.
field.
Peter to the outside,
Out.
and the play to the second baseman, and the play is made easily. 1 out for Stuart Sullivan here on the top of the second. Base is empty.
Swing. Ground
A
ball.
heater to the outside, and the shift is employed beautifully. Wow, Uma Morris definitely stood in exactly the right place.
And once again, I think that arm boost coming into play. That's a big one for this game.
Fernando Diaz
Towards right.
fouls away a very hard hit liner.
2 outs.
A 1 count with 2 outs for Fernando.
The windup and the offering. A swing. Ground ball.
The hook bounces along the first baseline, but it dribbles foul before Sosa can get to it. Another extreme curve, and this one floats high.
Ought to be
Over
an
to
easy
Ernie
catch for
just
Ernie.
behind the first base. And the catch
Yeah.
is made.
Ernie with the amazing glove and the super tall height. If he can't catch that pop-up, the Pirates would truly doom this game. But they keep it to only 2 runs in the second.
Monsters lead by 7 here in the bottom of the second. AI Todd Xavier goes at the left hook this time, and that one is high. Right hook is low, but it meets the zone just barely. 1-1 count. Foster Sauce looking for a good pitch. A huge shadow, but it was in the zone. Foster Sauce caught looking. Another curve. This one was too low, but she swung at it and was fooled badly.
Yeah,
Wow.
a bit low, but not able to correctly assess it. It was close.
Tanya Leska with a boost. First pitch and a hard hit line drive over to left field. Hits the tree line.
Easy base hit. Unfortunately, Tanya's not fast enough to get out into a double.
The weak arm of Star Moonbeam takes a little time to get it in, but gets in time to limit to a single. And here is Carlos Delgado. Curveball to the outside. That was too far outside, but Carlos swung. That's an 0-1 swinging strike. A low curveball that looked to be well below any point on the shadow. That was rather rude of the game. A high heater goes too high for a ball.
Pirates are having a tough time figuring out what to swing at and what to not here. Lots of chasing not so good pitches, and that's not helping their case at all.
The heater passes low. Tempting, but it was low. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss at a pitch that was too far inside. And now Ricky Johnson is up with 2 outs. And a fireball hard to the outside. Well, the fireball does consume a ton of stamina, so that might get Todd Xavier off the mound sooner rather than later.
Could be impactful, and wherever Todd goes
to
on the
outside.
field, that's going to probably be a weakness in the defense.
Another right hook goes too far outside. Ricky Johnson watches it and now has a 3-0 count. Todd Xavier, absolutely spectacular pitching performance up until now, but then throws 4 consecutive balls. That ill-advised fireball seems to have consumed a lot of his stamina. Uma Morris stepping up to the plate now, hoping to take advantage.
Someone who could definitely poke the ball over that center field fence. And that would be huge for the Pirates at this point.
High curveball lands in the zone for a strike. Another high curveball, this one way high for a ball. Heater down the middle goes down a little too low.
That ball seems to have accelerated Todd's decline. Having trouble getting it in the zone now.
Yep, very low curveball. Almost bounced on the plate that time.
I'm hoping he'll eventually serve up a tasty pitch, but not getting it.
Curveball went too far inside. Todd Xavier, very disciplined pitcher. He does not like to throw right over the middle. He hates meatballs. Although that was kind of a meatball. Rose Flugel flies over to Star Moonbeam out and left and makes the catch, and Todd Xavier's defense bails him out.
Good looking hit at first, but couldn't quite get enough distance. Probably should have waited for one to hit over the center field fence, but couldn't get it, and the Pirates are in deep trouble now.
Grounder straight back to the pitcher for the first out. No difficulty. Ruby Diamond at the plate now. Ruby known for being a catch-a-lock and an incredibly good catcher, but not well known at all for her speed or her hitting, and is out. Todd Xavier, also top-tier pitcher, but not good on offense much at all. Although that's one of the more powerful hits we've seen out of Todd, but it's going to float over to left field for the out.
straight
That's a
to
very
fade.
quick. That's very quick top of the third.
Yep. Monsters cooling down, but they might have already done enough damage. If the Pirates can't get their offense in gear, then they are not.
Peter to the inside, followed by a slow ball to the inside, and the slow ball hit hard. But Claudia Velarda outplaying on the extreme right part of center field with a great over-the-shoulder catch.
Nice grab by Claudia, and that is certainly not what the Pirates wanted to see.
Monsters defense being incredibly stingy right now. Hard hit. Stewart is on the move. Stewart could not quite make that catch. He either dropped it or it bounced off the shed first, but that will be a single. And now
I
Sammy
believe-
Sosa's at the plate.
Yeah, I think he dropped that one and then it hit the shed to be a safe ball. So finally, the Pirates getting a break. Let's see if they can make good. Yeah, what we're
Low
seeing here
curveball.
what we're seeing here might just be a Pirates team in decline. They started off the season great, going 4-2, but they've lost 3 of their last 4 games. So maybe they've just lost that spark they had at the start of the season.
Well placed inside curveball for strike one. High heater on the upper corner. Todd couldn't quite place it right. 2-1. Curveball to the inside. And jam Sammy with a pop-up. Although Todd is quite slow.
Oof.
And he flubs the throw to second.
Todd totally gassed on the mound. Wherever he's about to go on the field, he
Yeah.
is going to be a
He
big
is
liability.
extremely low on stamina. It's very obvious now. That is not 4 speed. That is like 1 speed. Good lord, dude.
That is the big hope for the Pirates at this point, is that
Swing and a
they're able
miss
to
for
take advantage
Sauce.
of the liability he is on defense.
Xavier has a 60 arm, so he's definitely serviceable when fresh.
Just barely makes us throw. Oh!
Oh, the throw to first, and then Markey throws it away, throwing it home when there was no need to, and that will score the Pirates' first run of the game, and they now have 0. They are now tied with the Monsters AI. And a runner on third will give the Pirates hope to get on more.
Close to a beautiful RBI single there by Tanya, but just foul.
Peter down the middle. Tanya liked it. It looked juicy. Floating over its
Star catch.
star.
Ooh, the
Cannot
drop!
make the catch. And Sammy will score. And that is, the Pirates now have a positive score at this point.
Pirates started to eat away at that lead, getting a bit of hope.
Carlos Delgado at the plate with 1 on. Curveball to the inside, just a bit high. A great eye from Carlos Delgado to not swing at that one. Peter down the middle, and Carlos Delgado bounces one toward Markey at first, who will end the Pirates' threat.
I think the Ron stance change there ended that in for the Pirates, and they're still down by 5.
This is AI batting.
Oh no.
Monsters AI is at the
Oh,
plate
no.
right now. Will
Oh,
Morris
no.
with a strike to the inside. Peter very well placed on the corner, and now
Oh,
a
no.
curveball on the outside
Ugh.
corner. And Claudia Velarda blasts one off over the shed, just like the player controlled. Claudia did.
Claudia completely destroying this Pirates team tonight.
Francesca Whitaker. First pitch pops up to left field. And a routine catch made. Star Moonbeam at the plate now.
From the windup, throws it. Swung on. Rounded into center field.
Bounces toward the second base. Shortstop Francesca grabs it, but not in time.
One out.
Claudia
is where it is.
Velarda.
That is where it's very nice for the Monsters that Ernie is no longer pitching. He probably would have caught that if he had been on the mound still.
Swing. And it goes
Flies
by.
high, but it's going to go over the first base tree line.
And I was mistaken before. I thought the Monsters and Pirates would be playing one more time before the end of the season, but they did actually already play their bout at Dubois.
Oh, a very hard hit line drive.
Oh,
you
the
s-
cheese
oh my-
home run!
The ball did not leave the park.
It left the screen, and that's what counts. The cheese home run by Claudia. Oh, man. As someone who was rooting for the Pirates in this game, this is getting painful to watch, but yeah.
That happened to me during a preseason scrimmage in Season 7 against the Purple Sox, and I was not happy because that was about to be my very first game where I did better than a +3. Unpleasant memories.
Markey batting right ahead of Stewart, which is an interesting choice. He's got the screamer, but if he can just get a single, then that's not really the situation you want Stewart to do that in.
Oh, the screaming line drive was decently well placed. They had to make Wassersauce move a bit, but it's not gonna force any extra bases. And Markey is pretty slow, so having Markey on first with a relatively physically weak hitter like Stewart at the plate is generally not good news.
Gonna be an easy out at second, I think. Oh no! The error!
Play was not made. Routine play was missed. Very, very lucky for the
Lots of stuff
Monsters.
breaking the Monsters' way here that is not breaking the Pirates' way.
He comes center. Here's the pitch. That was ball
The outside curveball. It was a little high, actually. That's a ball.
So anyway, as I was mentioning before, I was incorrect about these teams not having played before. They did already play their first bout at Dubois, and the Pirates won that one 8-4. So Monsters definitely turning things around a bit here.
Second high curveball puts Fernando at 2-0, swings and misses at a heater for 2-1.
And the count is 2-1. From the windup, the 2-1 pitch. A swing.
Another high curveball, but it looked in the zone and Fernando fouls it away. 2-2 count. Considers a steal, but doesn't go for it. Curveball over the middle of the plate, and it's a hard hit fly ball. But get over the Wassersauce head? No, it bounces off the bat.
The Jessica nerf once again coming into play the worst way here, and then Ricky's the one throwing it in. That's not what you want to see.
Everyone's going for 2 bases. And Markey is gonna get home?
Just
Sosa
barely.
misses the tag.
Just barely had enough time. Ugh.
Very gutsy call. I would not have sent them. Andy Uno with a high and deep fly just short of the center field fence. Ricky makes a catch. Fernando and Stewart tag up and are on their horse. Stewart will score, but Fernando cannot retreat due to cheese rules and will get out, but not before scoring a 10th run.
Nice play to staunch the flow of blood there. Although I don't think there was any cheese rule issue at play there. Fernando was not drawing any throws there. Any throw to home would have been way short.
Anyway, while that was going on, Todd Xavier threw another fireball, and I am very sure that Todd Xavier is going to leave that mound very soon. The dribbler right in front of the pitcher.
We keep it in this to good use.
Rose cannot make the throw in time, and Todd Xavier knocks her over in frustration.
But the Pirates are now down by 10. They're going to need a miracle rally here in these last 2 innings they have to hit in if they want to win this game.
A heater to the inside. Looks like Todd Xavier still has a little bit of fight in him. Always love to see that from my old pitcher. Oh, a third five. Nope, he's done. He's done. What is Todd doing? And now Uma Morris with a high fly ball towards Stewart in right field. The catch is made.
Pirates getting a lot of hits that are solid, but not solid enough.
Rose Flugel at the plate with a nerf. Already batting only .233, so struggling already. And
Woo! There you
just
go.
as I say that,
boom! Full shot.
Rose Flugel shutting me up mid-sentence with a pull shot. 259, I believe, is the measurement. And now Faye Dawson is here.
Pirates
Xavier
started in the
waiting a while.
process. The comeback will be difficult. They're in a big hole, but it is possible.
Throws a heater far inside. Left hook right over the middle, easily picked out. Hard hit line drive, but it goes along the tree line along the first baseline, and it is foul. Slow ball to the inside, and that's 2 balls. Xavier, very stubborn, very competitive, does not want to leave that mound, but he is clearly laboring, and that is 3 balls. Boom! Jeez, that looked inside, but it hardly
Wise play.
scraped the zone, but
Wise call to take that questionable
count.
one with an extra strike of leeway, and it pays off.
That is a 3rd walk for Todd Xavier. Pirates are getting some free passes, but they're struggling to get runs. Now the boosted Ernie Steele looking to do some damage.
An interesting
Well placed
decision
in the
here.
upper corner.
An interesting decision here not to bat power with him. I definitely would be using power with Ernie in this situation, trying to get that hit over the fence. Although, yeah. Ooh.
It's a fly to Claudia who can't make the catch, but the play is close enough to second.
Perfect place to drop the ball.
Sammy Sosa at the plate now. Sammy looking to slam it, and Marky Dubois will finally take over for Todd Xavier. Todd Xavier completely exhausted after having thrown a lot of heaters and 3 fireballs. Very well done, very well pitched game from AI Todd. We'll see if AI Marky can finish it off.
Having that fresh arm come onto the mound might come right in the nick of time here to shut down the Pirates.
However, Todd Xavier is now at first base and is extremely slow. So if AI Todd gets caught out of position, that can result in some free bases.
Could be an issue.
Looks like a conversation among the offense.
That was the best chance of
the runners congregate.
That was the best chance for a home run there that the Pirates desperately need to go to put a couple more runs on the board. Jessica and Tanya not so likely to get that, so they'll need some very well placed hits if the Pirates have to score more in this inning and keep hope alive.
There appears to be considerable offensive strategy and discussion among the base runners and coach. We'll see what they have up their sleeve in time. Meanwhile, Marky and Todd having a conversation about pitching. Marky says, "I'll just dab on them." Todd Xavier not happy about the lack of strategy besides dabbing, as Vassersas fouls away one. A heater high and way outside. 1-1 count to Jess.
Jessica is using that power swing, going for broke, and that was a crazy ball. If Marky drops this one, then
very high pop up.
That would be huge. Unfortunately for the Pirates, he does not, and that probably ends any hope they had. Down by 8 runs with only 1 inning left. Scoring, and the Monsters 2 innings of their own.
Big hit from Ruby, flies over to left field, but the catch made is pretty routine. Here comes Todd Xavier. 0 for 1, but Todd does have a walk. Low heater that barely scrapes the plate. That's a nasty one. 0-1 count. Why curveball goes under the plate, under the zone. 1-1 count.
He winds the 1-1 pitch.
Curveball reaches the inside corner, extremely well placed. Not much you can do with that one at all. 1-2 count to the Todd father. Another hook. Swing and a miss. Simply mistimed it, looks like. Francesca Whitaker's at the plate now.
Swinging. Popped it up.
Pops one up on the first pitch, and
Oof.
Sosa makes the snag.
Another quiet inning for the Monsters. Exactly what the Pirates need, but again, I think at this point they're just too far behind with too little time left to play.
First
We'll
pitch
see.
line drive from Tanya Lesko, and Star Moonbeam with the very weak arm is struggling to get the ball back in. But get back in, they eventually do.
Is this the start of a
Salgado
miracle
at the
rally for the
plate.
Pirates?
Immediate
Yeah.
decision to go power here. Salgado 0 for 2 so far. Though he has had a big, he did hit it quite hard last time, if I remember correctly.
Pirates need to score 6 runs in this inning to have a chance at victory.
Another fly toward the second base position, and shortstop Francesca makes the snag. However, AI Todd Xavier was way out of position. And that allows Tanya to advance.
Free second base, but that was not worth the asking price.
Very ill-advised throw from Francesca after making such a great catch. Time is called. Pirates studying the defense. Trying to come up with a strategy. They need to come up with something, and they need something big. Curveball right down the middle. Ricky lets it go. 0-1 count. Peter to the outside. I don't know if it was in the zone, but Ricky swung, and Ricky is sprinting as hard as he can.
Todd with
A
a
play
drop.
cannot be made as the exhausted Todd Xavier cannot make the catch from Markey.
2 on with Uma up to bat. Home run here would put the Pirates right back in it, maybe. If Uma's out, then that's pretty much it.
Heater to the inside, and Uma with a hard hit liner over
Oof.
left field. And oh my goodness, what a catch from Star Moonbeam!
Star's
Star
great
Moonbeam
range
with an
coming in handy
all-star
there.
caliber play.
And that pretty much seals the door on the Pirates' hopes. They'll
Rose
try a
Flugel
little
with a
more, but
huge swing, and it floats right over the right field
woo!
fence. Baltimore
Rose, the one.
Pirates still showing some fight. That is a 2-homer performance from Rose Flugel, who don't forget is nerfed to this game. I do not know the nature of the nerf, but wow.
Rose pretty much the one good thing happening for the Pirates today.
Pirates have 7 runs in their game, so that's a bonus run now. So they're at 8 minus 2 from the Monsters. They should be at 6 now. The scoreboard says 8. They should have 6.
It does say 6, actually. Just those 6, that's close to 8. But yeah, still 4 runs back and only 1 out left to work with. Probably too little too late for the Pirates, but they are doing
A.
their level best.
Dawson with a very well-placed grounder along the third baseline. Todd Xavier out of position, so Markey tries to get there and cannot get there in time. And all of a sudden, we're back to the powerfully boost Ernie Steele. Might the Pirates pull off a miracle? Swing and a miss as Markey dabs on him for fooling him on that pitch. 0-1 count. A curveball down the middle, and Ernie hits one hard, floats right past Uma, and the relay is not in time.
Just barely there.
And here
And,
comes Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, don't look now, but the Pirates are one Sammy Sosa home run away from tying this up.
It could happen.
Sammy has done well for the
10,
Pirates
that'll
this
be
season.
another bonus run. Huge hit, but it goes foul.
Sammy has done quite well for the Pirates this season, batting over 700. But can he pull out the big bomb now when they need it most?
A low, slow ball for a ball. Who's on deck, by the way?
I am not sure. But
Sammy Sosa down to his final
I think
strike.
Wasser Sauce is on deck for the Pirates. But yeah, all comes down to Sammy here. If he can pull it off, then the Pirates have a shot. If not, then good try, but so long.
Valser Sauce has a bit of power, I think. We have
Yeah,
a full count. Sammy Sosa with one of the biggest swings of his career. And it's a
True.
big one, flying over to right field. Stuart Sullivan on the move, but it bounces. Ray Dawson considers running home with a botch relay from Markey, but then backs up. And the bases are loaded for good
Pirates
old
stay
Valser
alive.
Sauce.
Pirates stay alive, but it's going to be a tall order to drive in 3 runs now without a single out. With their biggest bat done.
She is 0-for-3. Swings at the outside heater, fouls it away. It looked juicy, but I think it was off the tip of the bat.
Pirates need a bomb here. While outfielders get it in too fast to drive in many runs with small ball.
Another one fouled off. 0-2 count for Jess. This slow ball was extremely low. It bounced on the grass before reaching the catcher. Markey dabs anyway. A high curve ball. Jess watches it, and that was a good take. Very good take.
A gutsy take, but the right choice. Ooh, wow. Those pitches are always intense. Oh, no.
Slow ball bleeds. Oh, she swung early. She swung early.
Nasty corner pitch there. Wasser Sauce on power couldn't get a hold of it, and that does it for the Pirates unless their AI pulls off a miracle rally here. Then it is GG, but Monsters are gonna win.
AI has done some screwy stuff before, and you never know with double plays and power-ups, so Monsters looking to get whatever insurance they can find. Claudia Velarde at the plate. Very well placed corner pitch from AI Delgado.
Ready now, he throws it. A swing.
Curveball over the middle part of the plate, pops directly upward.
It's gonna be
Delgado
dropped.
with the ill-advised charge.
No,
Never mind.
very well advised charge.
Oh my
Very
goodness,
well
a double play!
Not an ill-advised charge at all there. That turned an easy single into a double play. You know Sammy's gonna drop that. The catcher can never catch a super high pop-up like that. So the pitcher backing him up is the only chance, and Carlos just barely made it in time.
Markey has a screaming line drive available as he watches ball 1 pass.
I don't think 1 power-up is enough for the AI Pirates to score 4 runs and tie this up and get this back, but that's certainly what they needed as much as anything.
The AI Twins scored 6 runs on me with only 2 power-ups this season.
He winds the 2-1 pitch. Swinging.
And there's the screamer bouncing off the wooden fence. Valser Sauce on the move. Gonna limit it to a single for sure.
But with Stewart up, gonna be a tall order to keep this inning going. That double play might have been enough to just.
It took an error to keep an out from happening in this very same situation before. Although Stewart with a fair bit of power over there, but Ricky
Big bump by
Johnson
Stewart
makes the
standards,
snag.
but that's not helpful at all. All right. Can the AI Pirates pull off the miracle rally? Probably not, but we'll find out. Playing in
AI
for
Pirates need AI needs 2 in order to make it happen.
and
Meanwhile, the AI Monsters are faced with 2 outs and 2 strikes.
And Ernie finishing things off in style. That is a final score of +6 for the Pirates.
+6 for
Monsters
the
currently at
Pirates.
10. Can they hold on to that lead?
So the AI
There's 2 outs in
Monsters,
short order.
the AI Pirates need 4.
It's just
Ricky
Ricky left now.
Johnson. Ricky Johnson with the hard hits towards
But he
second.
got on base. He got on base. The power-up bloodletting can begin. I don't think it'll be enough, but
Monsters defense backs up.
underground.
It's the undergrounder.
It's like you
Bounces, hits the tree line, almost got over the tree line, but it bounces off. Claudia
Don't
relays it, but to no avail. They're 2 on. And
Don't
Sammy
overlook there,
Sosa's
though.
at the plate.
Don't overlook there, though. Yuria just correctly predicted where that undergrounder would come up. He was clicking right by the spot. And sure enough, that's where it came up, so he knows this game well if he's telling where the underground is going to end up.
Swing and a miss from Sammy. If they have multiple undergrounders, Sammy might have lost them.
And this is
with an
Sammy,
0-2
though.
count, Fernando
Sammy
is
doesn't do
aiming
that.
outside, trying to fool Sammy into swinging. Doesn't work that time. Tries an inside curve. Doesn't work. Sammy Sosa's eye seems to be too good. Fernando has to put one over the plate. That's 3 straight balls, and now it's a full count. Fernando aims one in the corner of the zone, and Sammy Sosa with a screamer. When did they get a second power up?
I'm not sure, but they did. Oh, and there it
Play at
is.
home is made. Play at home is made.
Pirates get 1 run, but it is not enough, and the Monsters take it this time.
9.
Final score 9-6.
9-6. Screen currently reads 10-6 at the moment. That should be 9-6. Well, the scoreboard's correct. The gameplay screen with the edited Pirate score does not have an edited Monster score, but it is 9-6.
All right, so a huge win here for the Monsters to take the division lead. Pirates going to have a tough time coming back after that one, and if the Tigers lose to the Cardinals this week, then Monsters take control of the division on their own, which is pretty impressive considering the beginning of last week they were 1 game behind 2 other teams. Now they put themselves in possibly the pole position to take the division.
I'm back.
Tigers are a bit of a measurable favorite over the Cardinals, I would say. Although you never know with how crazy Amanda Hellerman can be. I mean, we just saw some very, very tough AI pitching from Todd Xavier.
Yeah. Both of those are low offense, high defense teams, so I think that match could easily go to either team.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I mean, I've played against Hellerman. It's tough. It's very tough.
But the Tigers have Randy Johnson, so it is the battle of the Randys.
Oh, yep.
But in any case,
so that's the match. Thanks, Mello and Oops. Wonderful commentary. I only made a few mistakes on the edit, so applause to me. And then thanks everyone for joining Match of the Week, Game 11. Did you guys have anything else you wanted to speak on?
Just gonna take a little preview at the upcoming games for these. These 2 teams actually have very similar schedules coming up. Both teams will be facing the Tigers, and both teams will be facing the Cardinals in the last 2 weeks of play. The next week is where it's really going to be the proving ground for them. The Tigers have to go and face the Mariners, and Monsters have to go and face the Hornets. 2 red-hot teams in the AL West, 2 of the best teams in the entire AL. So that's going to be a test, and if there's anywhere where the Tigers have hope, it's there. So the Tigers are playing the Padres, so yeah. Week for the Central next week, and then the last 2 weeks, all in division games, I think, and that will be the proving ground where the last difference is made.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight, and really, it's whoever gets wins down the stretch is gonna take it. So,
but I do think though that the Monsters have put themselves in the pole position.
Monsters have been so strong lately, and they should win the division, but we'll see what kind of shenanigans happens. He had some pretty tough games early on, but he's starting to kind of beat up on us in this division in the last couple of weeks.
I mean, yeah. You have the Central. The Central is just a really, really tight, really, really gritty division with a lot of top tier pitching. You've got Hellerman, you've got Randy Johnson, you've got the Todd father, you've got Steele pitching at Steele, and is there a different pitcher outside of Steele? Like, is Delgado normally pitching outside of Steele?
It's always Ernie, I think, because Delgado lost to first.
Oh.
Yeah, Delgado comes in sometimes, though. I think in this game came in.
Yeah, Delgado came in
Delgado's the
right
one.
after.
Delgado's the one they bring in to try to interrupt a player in the middle of a big rally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a really dirty strategy with the terrible pitching motion. Yeah, a whole bunch of top tier pitchers and some great defense to back them up. They're always very gritty, very exciting games, and I'm very happy to have been on the mic for this one. It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much, Jibbo.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. This was a great broadcast. All right. Good night, everyone. See you next week.
Right.
Do
You
we
all
have-
next time, folks.
Do you know who we're doing
Have a
next
great
week? I
night.
forget.
I need to double check. I know there's a plan.
There's definitely a plan, and I think it's the NL, and I think it's the NL Central. But don't hold me to that. All right, folks. Have a good night.
All right.
Good
See ya.
night.